Get this figure and more at the Big Bad Toy Store, and don't forget about that merch. Hey, my name is Jobby, and today we're taking a look at the Perfect Effect PEDX09 Mega Doragon! This figure is a third-party, totally not Transmetal to Megatron from the cult-favorite 90s show BigBadToyStore! And I reviewed the Perfect Effect Totally Not Optimal Optimus about a year ago, and that was actually when I announced I was opening a P.O. Box. By the way, P.O. Box 329 Aurora, California 90651 is still open, but it will be closing at the end of this month. Send me your Nintendo Switches and before the fail box finale. Some assembly is required out of the box, but the sheer weight of these wings tends to drag the whole figure down, so removing them would make things way easier. But you just gotta nut up and do your goddamn job, Jobby! If we manage to balance it properly, we'll be able to focus on the amazing painting and sculpting. And to be honest, I wasn't fully sold on this fully mechanical design, at least at first. You see, I have a nostalgic soft spot for the original techno-organic design. However, having the figure in hand left a big impression on me. Now remember kids, size doesn't matter. Except when it does. It's so fucking big. And each wing has a hinge joint here, 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 and they can flap. Not only is his overall size impressive, the design itself is growing on me fast. Instead of a dumpy, lumpy, frumpy boy, we get a slick and angular design. In some spots, he even resembles a It's a beautiful update to the original toy. The classic Beast Wars Megatron Beast Mode neck arm is especially cool. It has the same basic design as the original, but without a sense of personality. Who needs personality when you look like a goddamn Zoid? I do wish that the neck had more flow. You can't bend the ball joint here and the ball joint here without breaking the sculpt. But I suppose that's because of this transformation feature. This arm cannon resembles the G1 fusion cannon. Fun little reference there. And now with his normal hand deployed, he's able to hold these swords, which are conveniently stored in the balls. I mean wings. They even have what looks to be the iconic eye from the classic Beast Wars branding. That's great and all, but I tend to prefer my phallic imagery. Now the flow of the neck should have been closer to the pony tail. And the flow here is thanks to this ball joint, hinge joint here, another hinge joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, and a ball joint. Borderline SH Monster Arts articulation here. On a side note, those King of the Monsters figures look great. Damn, Ghidorah looking like a snack. And of course, the tail is connected to this over-the-top helmet. Someone is ripping off someone here. And the helmet houses a very bored face that barely feels like Megatron. They didn't even get the skin color right. Allegations aside, this head sculpt is great, but it gets even better if you replace it with this, where is it? Oh! Not many figures have weapon storage, let alone face storage. I love it. And this deliciously smug grin looks much more in character, yes. What's also in character is that this not Megatron figure feels much better to handle than his not Optimus counterpart. Now that's just right! If this guy felt anything like this, he wouldn't be able to hold up these sometimes frustratingly heavy wings. Couple that with the figure itself, and he has a nice heft. But strangely, there's no die-cast metal, as far as I can tell. A little step down from Beast Gorilla, to be honest. A tight waist joint and really tight ankle pivots guarantee that the figure can carry that weight, no matter how you pose him. Wish the Zap Crunch was tighter though. Ball joint at the base of the tail allows for rotation at the head.
Can look up that far.
Shoulder pads move up and back. Hinge joint here. Ratcheted rotation. Arm moves out. Bicep joint. A bend and a rotation at the elbow. Wrist can move forward as well as rotate. Index figure with a bend in the middle. And the rest of his three fingers are connected with a bend at the knuckle. The dragon arm has the same amount of articulation. Front skirts move up, allows for a generous rotation, and the back skirts move up, allowing the leg to move back that far. Beautiful spread, thigh joint, bend at the knee, rotation at these thrusters, mid-calf joint, which is more relevant for his alternate mode, ankle guard moves up, a barely noticeable ratchet joint at the ankle, whoo, that's tight, and a useless reverse toe bend. The posability here is great, but it's important you learn to balance those wings or else you'll want to die. Not that I needed help with that. As I mentioned before, this figure is definitely a certified big boy. So here's Masterpiece Cheetor, Masterpiece Optimus Primal, Masterpiece Dinobot, Godzilla Prime, and the Perfect Effect Beast Gorilla. Even though Beast Gorilla could have been a more solid figure, there's no denying that these guys look great together. But let's see if Perfect Effect nailed the alternate mode. That's a lot of steps. Again, removing the wings and tail would make this easier, but I ain't no bitch nigga. Something very important to note here. He's eating his own ass. After a deceptively complex but enjoyable transformation, I can say that Perfect Effect nailed the Dragon mode. If you thought the Robot mode was enjoyably big, thanks to his neck and tail, he's bigger than the Robot mode, bigger than the box, bigger than my son. But his size wouldn't mean anything without the proportions to back it up, and oh, does he look right. He's slim yet powerful, and that cute little belly guarantees that someone will get this guy with indecent intentions. Not me, though. And if we turn the figure around... Damn, I also like how these arms aren't tiny and vestigial. Wish they would have gone farther with the arm articulation, though. A wrist joint at least, come on. No wrist rotation means you always look sort of timid, and oh no, it's cute. However, I have to say that for anyone who didn't find the whole fully mechanical look appealing, the Dragon mode won't be your thing either. Without a Robot mode face to humanize the design, he looks even more like a man-made machine. I personally don't mind, but the Beast Wars fundamentalist in me misses the ragged asymmetry of the original design, as opposed to this fully uniform and clean machine. What's that? There's another third-party Megatron coming out that's closer to the show? Tell me in the comments about it before you even watch this part of the video, you motherfucker! Dragon mode could have easily been a floppy mess, but thank God it's not. Despite the chest not wanting to close up all the way, this mode holds together extremely well. Except for the tail that doesn't snap in as much as it should, but it does add extra articulation, so I'm not mad at all. And just like the Robot mode, this mode is a challenge to balance and pose, but man, it's rewarding if you set it up properly. And this posability includes everything we covered in the Robot mode, plus that mid-calf bend.
And nothing at the waist.
You can't get anything too dynamic since he'll just fall over before you do. But there's just enough articulation here to make the Dragon mode a step above most Beast modes. He's basically on the same level as Masterpiece Dinobot. But Dinobot didn't have an extra hinge joint for the wings, and damn! It's so fucking big! Here's Cheetor, Optimus Primal, Dinobot, Monica Godzilla Prime, and Beast Gorilla. Mega Doragon has the superior Beast mode, but Gorilla ain't a slouch either. They look great together. This giant mechanical red and black dragon reminds me a lot of the Epion Gunna. This giant mechanical red and black dragon is pure man-child bait, and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Who'd have guessed? As for his final mode, not so much. And just like the original toy, the vehicle mode is completely worthless. He has that in common with Beast Gorilla. At least he can roll. Well, I honestly couldn't give a marsupial's ass about this mode. The overall figure is amazing. Oh. I understand this comment now. I wouldn't go that far, but I suggest you get this figure only if you're completely fine with this dramatic redesign. Beast Wars purists, stay far away for the sake of your wallets. After all, there is a figure coming soon that should be better suited for your tastes. And it's available for pre-order at the BigBadToyStore, along with Mega Doragon, of course. Please check out the description for those special links. Very important you click those specifically if you want to check out the site, so Papa Big Bad knows for sure to repay me properly. Being man-child is suffering. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you like this video, give me a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell.